In ancient Near Eastern societies, women were primarily viewed as property, and their value was largely determined by their ability to bear children, especially male heirs. Genesis 38 introduces us to Tamar, the daughter-in-law of Judah, son of Jacob, who finds herself in a troubling situation. Tamar's first husband, dies young, and according to the cultural law of levirate marriage, she is expected to marry his brother, Onan, in order to continue Er's family line. But Onan refuses to fulfill his duty, knowing that any children born to Tamar would not be considered his own. His selfishness leads to his death, and Tamar is left in a precarious position. Judah, her father-in-law, promises to give her his youngest son, Shelah, once he comes of age, but he fails to keep his word. Tamar, now abandoned and without the security of a husband or children, faces limited options. With no way to secure her future, Tamar takes a bold and unconventional step. She disguises herself as a prostitute and waits for Judah, who is unaware of her identity. Judah, believing Tamar to be a stranger, solicits her services and in exchange promises her a goat. Tamar asks for a pledge as collateral for the payment. In ancient societies, prostitution was sometimes linked to religious rituals or could even serve as a means of economic survival. For Tamar, this act wasn't about pleasure, it was about survival and securing her place in the family line. She is, in effect, taking control of her own fate in a society where women often had none. Genesis 38 provides a window into the cultural and legal practices of the time. Levirate marriage, a practice where a brother-in-law marries his deceased brother's wife to preserve the family line, was an important social norm. Judah's failure to honor this tradition ultimately sets the stage for Tamar's desperate actions. This story sheds light on the difficult position women like Tamar found themselves in, often having little recourse other than to navigate the complex and harsh social systems of their time. Judah's failure to honor his promises to Tamar results in a situation where deception becomes necessary. And while Tamar's actions are unconventional, the deeper message of Genesis 38 is about divine providence. God's sovereignty is evident in the way he works through even the flawed decisions and actions of the characters in this story. Tamar's boldness results in the birth of Perez and Zerah, two sons who continue the family line. Perez, in particular, becomes an ancestor of King David and ultimately Jesus Christ. This unexpected twist shows that God can redeem even the most complicated and morally ambiguous situations. Tamar's story, though filled with deception and struggle, leads to the fulfillment of God's larger plan. Sometimes God's redemptive purposes unfold through unexpected channels. This is a powerful reminder that no matter how flawed our actions may be, God's redemptive power is greater. He can take the most broken and difficult circumstances and bring something good out of them, as he does through Perez, and ultimately, the line of Jesus.